everybody, welcome to BrickVault. My name is Mike, and in today's collection video we have every Hobbit minifigure ever made. Now this collection contains 14 minifigures, that is 12 Hobbits and 2 Smeagol or Gollum minifigures, and those guys started appearing in 2012 when the first Lord of the Rings sets came to life. I'm gonna be going through this collection chronologically, showing the prices on the current second-hand market for those minifigures in new condition and also showing the sets they came with. So let's move back to 2012 when we had the first Frodo Baggins with his sand green shirt. This is the only time that Frodo is getting a shirt in this color on the minifigure. And first he showed up in a polybag number 30210 named Frodo with Cooking Corner. He also appeared in set number 9469 Gandalf Arrives. This Frodo established the hair mold for this minifigure, and even though the torso print was pretty simple with brown solid legs, this one was looking pretty good in the first place, depicting the character from the movie. We also have two face expressions with Frodo smiling and also a bit serious one, and right now you can get him in new condition for about $350. This next version of Frodo is a bit more detailed one, that is Frodo Baggins in dark bluish grey cape, and he came in one set 9470 Shelob attacks. As you can see, he comes with a short cape that is one of those thick cloths, not the wool, and the updated jacket looks pretty excellent. You can see the three-tone coloring of his outfit showing the shirt, the vest and the jacket on top. Even the printing on the back shows all really good details for his jacket. The face expressions included the serious Frodo, and the second one showing his paralyzed state when he was attacked by Shelob. Right now this minifigure is about $6, and the next Hobbit is the Frodo's best friend, that's Samwise Gamgee, first appearance of him. He also came in the same set, Shelob Attacks, and if you remember the movie, this is where he rescues Frodo from Shelob. Samwise comes with the very same cape that Frodo did in the same set, and you can see that face expressions include the serious Samwise and the one that is frightened by Shelob. The hair mold is the same as Frodo, just a different hair color. The print includes a pouch and a harness that he's wearing. Also a lot of cool detail, including the clothing wrinkles and the suspenders that go through the back, also the belt, and I think that is one of the most detailed torsos in the whole Hobbit collection. This minifigure is actually quite collectible. He comes for around $18 right now in new condition, which makes him right now the third most expensive to get. In this very same set also we have the first appearance of Gollum in his wide eyes version. By the way, of course we include Smeagol or Gollum in this collection because he was once a Hobbit, and Gollum or Smeagol is a very unique minifigure, a specially molded body piece that was entirely made only for this character. Many people say he's kind of a weird looking guy, and there is not much detail going on in there. You can only see just his small piece of clothing in brown color, some printing for the forehead and also his remaining hair, and the face is kind of actually weird looking. Personally, it reminds me of those weird Star Wars prints on the minifigs from the animated series. This minifigure right now stands for around $8 on Bricklink, and as we move up we have the first appearance of Pippin. This version of him came in the set 9473 The Mines of Moria, and I really like the print on his entire torso. You can see a very detailed scarf with a pattern there, also a belt, 3 tones for the colored outfit that contrast very nicely, especially the blue and light green, and the print pattern on the back is the same we've seen on the second Frodo. He also comes with this sage green cape and 2 very nice face expressions that differ him from other Hobbits. This minifigure is also quite collectible, and the current price for him is $17. And of course, once we have Pippin, we have to get Mary. This is the first appearance of him in the set number 9472, the Attack on Weathertop. Again, same mold for the hair with a slightly different color to match his hair from the movie. 2 face expressions, I like the coloring on his eyebrows. He has the very same cape as Pippin, very unique torso print with a super subtle pattern on his vest, and the same overall quality of his jacket print as the previous Hobbits. This minifigure is a whopping $19, making him the second most expensive. And this very same set that he came out in also had the next Frodo Baggins with the dark green cape. This is basically a re-release of the second Frodo we had previously. The print for torso and the legs type is exactly the same. The face expressions are also the same, including the paralyzed one, but this time around the specially looking face is, I think, a response to meeting a ring wraith, given the fact that the set is Attack on Weathertop, and the only difference of this guy is the color of his cape. He is pretty cheap to get, only $5, and this next minifigure here is the first appearance of Bilbo Baggins in his suspenders version. He came out in the first set from the Hobbit movies line, 79003 An Unexpected Gathering, and I really like his face expressions showing the age he's in, being an older Hobbit, and the overall print for his shirt is really awesome with this stripe pattern. The suspenders also have stripes, both front and back. There is a crossover of them in the back, and I like the fact that the legs are extended in the form of the print towards his shirt. This minifigure is also pretty cheap, only $4, and the next version of Bilbo is a bit better looking, that is Bilbo Baggins in his dark red coat. I think that is the most common version of him that appeared in many sets, starting with the 79004 Barrel Escape, He even came in a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, the micro-scale bag end set from 2013, and I like this version of him a bit more, especially his scarf detailing is really excellent, plus as usual the clothing looks very realistic, as on many other Hobbits. He comes with different face expressions than the previous Bilbo, and even though he was shown in a Comic-Con exclusive, the availability in other sets makes him pretty cheap, about $4. Next we have the second and the last version of Gollum. This one is simply called Gollum with narrow eyes. We have the exact same mold for his body, and the only difference is the printing on his face, being a bit more sinister. He came with a fish as an accessory and first appeared in the Dimensions fan pack 71218, The Lord of the Rings Gollum and the Shell of the Great. He also appeared in the set 79000 Riddles for the Ring. I think right now he's the cheapest minifigure to get in the collection, being only $2. In 2013 there were only 2 Hobbit minifigures appearing. First one here is Bilbo Baggins in blue coat this time around, and he's a special release. He did not come with a Lego set, he was included in a DVD and Blu-ray disc pack of the movie The Hobbit Unexpected Journey that was a Target stores exclusive. That fact alone makes this minifigure super expensive, the most collectible of them all, being at $50, and even that the price is pretty crazy, this guy is actually a very good minifigure. I may be biased here because I like blue and he has a blue jacket, but if you look closely he also have 2 different special patterns on his vest and his scarf, and those are not seen very often on minifigs. His head however is not exclusive, those are the same face expressions we had on the previous Bilbo, and same can be told about his hair mold. The second one of the 2013 Hobbit minifigures is another Frodo Baggins. That is Frodo Baggins with no cape. He came in a set 79006, The Council of Elrond. Is only $3 because he's exactly the same Frodo we had in 2 previous versions. The only difference is that, well, he has no cape. That is kind of a bummer because it seems like we only had 2 different prints for Frodo overall. The first Frodo and the 3 guys that came after him. He does however come with an exclusive head, that is a concerned Frodo and an angry Frodo, but still it's a pretty cheap minifigure, you can get him for around $3. Moving up to 2014 we have the last 2 minifigures for the Hobbits, and this one here is I think my favorite of the pack. That is Bilbo Baggins in his unique patchwork coat. He only came in one single poly bag, the Good Morning Bilbo Baggins, and just look at this torso and the printing on his hand, isn't that excellent? The whole square pattern looks great, and even individual squares have those golden ink rusts with different paint. That is by far the most detailed print we see on a Hobbit minifigure, and I love every single bit of it. The 2 face expressions are a bit different than the previous guys. The hair mold is the same type. By the way, I don't think we ever got a different hair mold for any of the Hobbits, those are just recolors, and the price for this guy is not too cheap nor too expensive, that is a $12 minifig. And this very last Hobbit that was released is another Bilbo Baggins, that is the dark blue coat version, and at this point we can say that Bilbo Baggins is the most covered and most uniquely made minifigure of all the Hobbits. This guy came in one set 79018, The Lonely Mountain, comes with a unique torso print, but honestly not as good as the previous one, still pretty decent, and the print includes a belt with a pattern, I think a 4-color palette for his inner outfit, and a lot of detailing on the back as well. Really good minifigure to complete the collection, and this guy right now can be obtained for around $6. And that's it, that is the entire collection of all the Hobbit minifigures ever made. A really unique set of characters, if I may say, with one of the best prints for the clothing I have seen in Lego ever. Plus we have Gollum / Smeagol minifigures that are very unique on their own. If there is one more Hobbit minifigure I would love to see in Lego form, that would be probably adding something to the Frodo line, given the fact that there are only 4 minifigures of him and only 2 different prints, and personally I would love to see Frodo when he's wearing the ring. I mean some sort of like a transparent Frodo in his ghost form and when he's invisible, something along those lines. Maybe a good inspiration would be the Ghost Pirates minifigures from the Silent Mary set. A transparent Frodo with great patterns would be actually a decent minifigure in my opinion. And that's it for this collection review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you can leave a like below and subscribe to the channel. We would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mike and I'll see you again on BrickVault.